Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be reviewing the 2023 Hyundai Kona N. The N is the fastest Kona you could buy, and this thing seriously looks amazing in this red color. But let me go ahead and show you all the features this Kona N has. Under the hood there is a 2.0 turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. It is connected to an 8-speed DCT transmission. This engine produces 276 horsepower and 289 pound-feet of torque. If you click the red button inside on the steering wheel, it will add another 10 horsepower to this Kona N. And for the MPGs, they are pretty good. 20 in the city, 27 highway, and 23 combined. Here is a MSRP sticker of this 2023 Kona N. If you guys are interested in the standard features it has, just go ahead and pause the video. And it does have a few options. It does have the roof rack. It is a $250 option, and the price with destination is $36,420. If you guys are curious about the color is called Racing Red, and it looks amazing on this Kona N. So the Kona N is the fastest Kona you could buy, and it does only come with summer tires, so it's a true performance SUV. The only downside about this Kona is that it's a front-wheel drive, and I really wish that Hyundai made it all-wheel drive. I think if they made it all-wheel drive, it would have been a great machine. But anyways, coming to the front, I love the design on this N. I think Hyundai did a great job with the front end of this Kona N. For the headlights, it does have that dual design. Up top, they're going to be the daytime running light and the turn signal indicators, and everything right here in the front is LED, which I like. And coming down, the high and low beam are located right there, and they are sitting in reflectors. And I love the fact that the headlight housing is nice and dark, and it goes really good with the gloss black trim in the bottom. There is a side vent right there to let air out, and I really love the way how the grille looks like. It's not finished in blacked out chrome or gloss black. It is finished in gray, but this gray has some metallics in it, so it does look really good when the sun is hitting it. The N badge is on the left. Hyundai is finished in gray. It's not finished in silver or chrome like my Elantra N. And I really like the fake vents right there. And honestly, I don't mind them being fake because they definitely add a nicer look to the front end of this Kona. There's a bottom grille. The sides are blocked off. Only a small portion of it is open to let air in. And in the bottom, this is finished in gray. Then this is finished in silver. And yeah, overall, I really love the way how this Kona N looks like from the front. Looks nice and aggressive, and I think Hyundai did a great job with the design right here in the front. Here is a side view of this Hyundai Kona, and the side view looks very, very good. I love the fact that all the fender flares are body matched or body colored. The only thing that is gray and silver is in the bottom, which I think adds a very nice touch. N is stamped into the rocker panel, and all the window trims are finished in flat black. The mirror is finished in gloss black. It does have a turn signal indicator on it and a blind spot monitoring system. And on the roof, there is some roof rails, and the roof racks are part of an option. They are a $250 option if I'm not mistaken. And the ground clearance is 6.7 or 6.8. There is few websites say 6.7 and 6.8. And the rims, I personally think they look amazing, and they fit this Kona N just perfect. This Kona N has summer tires, and it only comes in summer tires. You can't get it in all season tires. And for the rims, they are 235, 40, 19. The Elantra N has wider tires or wider rims. But let's go ahead and move to the back, and I'll show you the back view of this Hyundai Kona N. Here's the back of this Kona N. This thing looks very nice and aggressive, very sporty from the back, and I really like the design. There is dual spoiler on this Kona N, so there's like a bottom spoiler, and then there's one on top of it. It reminds me of the Veloster N. Here is the third brake light. Looks amazing. It has that racing third brake light. Of course, it is LED, and overall, I think this gloss black just adds a really nice look to the back of this Kona. Here is the wiper, and Hyundai badge is finished in chrome. Kona on the left, and the N badge is on the right. And for the tail lights, they look very good. So that's where the running light is going to be with the brake light, and the turn signal indicators and the reverse lights are in this housing. So It does have that dual design just like the front, and I love the fact that everything back here is LED. The only thing that is not LED back here is the reverse, and I think that's completely fine. But I love how bright the turn signal indicators are back here. The design of the running light back here looks very good, and reflector has a really nice design. It is underneath the reverse and the turn signal indicators, and more of that gloss black fake vent back here. And there is a beautiful massive diffuser finished in gray. It does have that metallics in it, especially when the sun is hitting it. Maybe it's a little bit hard to see over the camera, but in person it looks very, very nice. And they're going to be dual exhaust tips back here, and this Kona sounds good, but I do like my Elantra N exhaust system better than this Kona. I feel like Hyundai did some tuning to this Kona to make it sound lower. I'm not sure why they did that, but yeah, definitely the sound is not as good as my Elantra N. But overall, I am impressed with the way how this Kona looks like, especially in this red racing color. Here's a key of this Kona N. It does look good, and it looks like any normal Hyundai key. I really wish it was a little bit special. It does have the N badge in the back, which is a nice touch. The key is finished in gloss black, chrome, and flat black. This key has 4 binds on it: lock, unlock, remote start, and a panic bind. Let's go ahead and unlock this Kona and open the liftgate. Liftgate opens nice and quick, and it is nice and light. By the way, there's this privacy cover that goes up and down with the liftgate, and inside there is an okay space. The loading floor is nice and low. The opening is nice and big, but from the outside it looks like it has more space, but when you look at the trunk, it doesn't have that much of space. But it is usable. There is a speaker back here, and there is a light on the right and under. By the way, there is some tie downs in this Kona. Underneath there is a little bit of storage, and there is no spare tire, but I think you could fit a spare tire. You could buy a spare tire and you could put it back here, and it doesn't have, there's no jack tools or anything like that. But yeah, the space is okay. It does look big from the outside, but from the inside it's not that spacious. Here is the door handle. The door handle has 2 sensors. There is a sensor behind the door handle. That's how you unlock the SUV. And to lock the SUV, there is a sensor right here. Just go ahead and click on it, and this will take care of locking the SUV. Here is the front door panel, and the front door panel looks very basic, very cheap. Not a big fan of the design. I really wish that Hyundai tried a little bit hard with the design. This is finished in plastic. It does have that nice texture. Door handle is finished in flat black. It does have a nice weight to it, but having it finished in black looks very cheap. Here is a tweeter, all the window switches, mirror controls, everything is finished in plastic. Nothing feels premium, nothing feels nice. The armrest is nice and soft. This is soft, but it's not extremely soft. Plastic in the bottom. This is plastic, which is completely fine. Decent amount of storage place in the bottom. Does have the Harman Kardon sound system. My Elantra N has the Bose sound system, but my Bose sound system is not that impressive. I'm gonna try the Harman Kardon sound system and compare it to my Elantra N. The seats look good, but they're not as aggressive as the Elantra N. The Elantra N have bucket seats. Those seats are comfortable, but not a big fan of the design. The Elantra, I think, has a better design. It does have leather on the side, Alcantara in the middle. I love the blue stitching. I really wish that Hyundai added some blue stitching on the door. The seats are powered. On my Elantra N, they're not powered. But yeah, overall, the seats look good, but they're not as aggressive as the Elantra N. But those seats in the Kona, they're more comfortable than the Elantra N. But let's go ahead and move inside, and I'll show you the inside of this Kona N. Alright, so here is the interior of this 2023 Hyundai Kona N. As you guys heard, it sounds good, but it's not as good as the Elantra N and the Veloster N. So I don't know what Hyundai did, but they did make the sound not as good as the Elantra and the Veloster N. I'm not sure why they did that. Steering wheel looks good. It is straight from the Elantra N, and it looks good. It is nice and thick, wrapped in leather. And of course there's two buttons right here, the N buttons. The left one is going to change the drive modes. So there is Eco, Normal, Sport, and Snow. When you put it in Sport mode, the exhaust valve open up, and if you put it in the True N mode, of course it will make everything aggressive. Engine, steering, suspension, and everything becomes very nice and aggressive. And of course you have the NGS spine. This will add extra 10 horsepower to this Kona, and the N badge is in the bottom. Very nice touch. Paddle shifters feel nice and solid, finished in chrome or brushed aluminum. And right here on the left there is the voice command, volume controls, and favorite and phone button. And on the right there is the cruise controls. I think it does not have adaptive cruise control, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think it does because it doesn't have the button. And right here there is the hill descent, brightness control. The vent looks very good, very nice and solid. You could block the air by rotating it, and yeah, overall has a really nice design to it. By the way, you could change those buttons, so you could make this button do a different thing, and you could make the other button to do a different thing. But yeah, overall steering wheel design looks good, wrapped in leather as I said. On the left there is the headlight controls with the turn signal controls, and on the right there is the wiper controls for the front and back. Engine start stop looks good, but I really wish it had some brushed aluminum around it. It is nice and big, and as I said, there's two buttons right there. The vent looks good. This is plastic, so there's a good amount of plastic in here, and yeah, overall it does look good. But I prefer the Elantra N interior more than the Kona. I don't like the way how the screens look like. I really like this screen, but this screen looks very cheap. By the way, both screens are 10.25 inches, and this Kona does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but it does not have wireless CarPlay. Let me go ahead and show you the backup camera. Backup camera resolution is pretty good. There is two modes. There is down view and a normal view. And overall, Hyundai system, this system is nice and smooth, very responsive. There is an N menu, so you could do a lot of things right here. You could change the engine, steering wheel, suspension, transmission, the electronically limited slip differential, the traction control, and the exhaust. So good amount of adjustments. And by the way, it does have launch control, and there is some shortcuts underneath. Tune knob, volume knob. So there's a good amount of adjustments, and I think Hyundai is doing a great job with their N lineup. And down here there's some air vents, but I really wish that there was some brushed aluminum down here. Would have been nice. Gloss black. Climate controls are very easy to use. Off button, modes, and here is a fan. It is a one zone climate control. My Elantra N has dual climate control. And right here there is a wireless phone charger, 112 volt, two USBs, one for charging, one for Apple CarPlay, and traction control, heated seats, 3 stages each, drive mode. So you could use this drive mode knob, or you could click on this button right here. And this Kona has a handbrake, 2 cup holders, nice and big. And for the armrest, it is a little bit on the harder side. Inside there is an okay space, but there is no USBs, 12 volts, or anything like that. I really wish that Hyundai starts putting USBs inside. And glove box is nice and big. And for the rear view mirror, it's very bulky, not a big fan of it. There is Blue Link, and then the SOS, and then up here there is halogen lights, which is expected. But I really wish there was some LED lights for $35,000. Visor feels nice and solid, very hard, it's not soft. I wish it was finished in Alcantara. The roof is finished in, feels like a recycled material, and there's a massive mirror with a bright halogen light. But yeah, overall, very impressed with the way how the Kona looks like, but I really wish that I had a little bit more sound from that exhaust. Here is a back door panel. The back door panel has the same design as the front. I really wish that Hyundai tried a little bit hard with the design on the door panel. This is plastic. It is that texture plastic. This is actually nice and soft, so that's good. The armrest is nice and soft. Plastic, barely any space in the bottom of this door. Here is a speaker. Window switch, not a big fan of this trim. I think Hyundai could have done a little bit better job. And for the door handle, it does feel lighter than the front. It is finished in black. And for the back seats, there's barely any leg room, and this seat is adjusted to my driving position, and I think if someone was over 6 feet, I think there won't be any leg room in the back. I love the fact that there is blue right here. This is wrapped in leather Alcantara. There is an armrest right here. The headroom is actually not bad. There's a halogen light up there, and the armrest is nice and soft, a little bit hard. 2 cup holders, okay size. And hopping inside, there is a storage place, 1 USB type A, which is good. There is a storage place on the passenger seat, but not the driver. I'm not sure why. And by the way, guys, there is barely any space for me to sit back here. So if you need more space, then go with the Elantra N. And that's how the front of this Hyundai Kona looks like. I hope you guys enjoyed this review of this 2023 Hyundai Kona N. If you guys are around and if you guys are interested, make sure to come and see Nick here at Key Hyundai of Milford. And if you guys are interested in seeing more videos like this, please like and subscribe because it does help a lot. And as always, I'll see you next time.